Hello everyone, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Liverpool against Crystal Palace. We've just watched an unbelievable game. Rochdale against York City, a title decider in the National League. An unbelievable game, truly unbelievable. One of the best games we've seen on this channel for a very, very long time. And a really, really good game to watch. Unfortunately, it didn't quite end the way that Rochdale fans would have liked. But what a game for us as a neutral. What a game for York City. And now we move on to the 3 o'clock games. And obviously, listen, there's a few big games at 3 o'clock today. West Ham play Everton. Tottenham play Wolves. I'm going to be naturally focusing on Liverpool v Palace because I'm a Liverpool fan. And it is still a big game for Liverpool as well. Liverpool, it's very much about securing Champions League football today. We have got to get a win. There's nothing else. A win basically secures Champions. We can to some degree take our foot off if we win today. It's massive for Liverpool. It's so important for us to get the win, especially after Fulham beating Aston Villa as well, because a win takes us above Aston Villa. So a win today takes Liverpool fourth. We would be 8 points clear of Brighton, 9 points clear of Bournemouth, 10 points clear of Chelsea, 10 points clear of Brentford, 10 points clear of Fulham, and 11 points clear of Everton, who obviously play against West Ham. So with 12 points left to play for as well, that seems insurmountable, doesn't it? And I don't think we would get. I don't think we'd get overtaken there. So yeah, it's going to be a really, really interesting end to the season. But I'm hoping that Liverpool, at the very, very least, can just secure Champions League football, and I think we will. I really do think we will. That was great. First National League game I've seen. It was a good one. You've been on a roll with match selection, even the obscure ones. Well, I don't think we quite got the Boca Juniors River Plate one right, but yeah, other than that, everything else has been pretty good. I try to curate the games to be something interesting we'll all enjoy. Cheers, Sarah. Thank you very much. Good to see everyone. City of Northville. Eagle Nate. With how strong we have gone, I'm backing us to win by a hair, 2-1. Having said that, watch Freddie Woodman haunt us and play like prime David Seaman, ex-player curse. I didn't know Woodman had played for Palace previously. I wasn't aware of that. Well, hey, it's there anyway. Keep tabs on Spurs so we can have a laugh. I will, yes. I've got all the goals they're ready, so as soon as any goals go in, I will inform you of them as they happen. I'm sure people in the chat will as well. But yeah, we will absolutely keep you updated on the on the Spurs and Wolves game, and obviously the Everton v West Ham game is going on as well. Wolves, Tottenham, West Ham, Everton, Liverpool, Palace. Let's go through the lineups as well, because we're 9 minutes to kick off. Freddie Woodman starts in goal for Liverpool in the absence of both of our goalkeepers, Mamardashvili and Alisson Becker, obviously due to injury. Szoboszlai starts at right back up against Ismail Assar. I'm quite pleased with that, because we have got no other right backs, and at least Szoboszlai will physically match Ismail Assar. Kanate, Van Dijk, Andy Robertson starts again. That's a surprise. I thought Kirkes might come back in. McAllister and Jones start with Gravenberch dropping to the bench. Salah on the right, Gakpo on the left. Wirtz just behind Alexander Isak. I'm hoping for an Isak goal today. And then we have, with Palace, it's Henderson in goal, Canvo, Lacroix and Richards at the back. Mitchell and Munoz. Munoz, absolutely fantastic, one of my favourite players. Wharton and Kamada starting. Really surprised by how strong Palace have gone. And then it's Sarr and Johnson just behind Jean-Philippe Mateta. Eagle Nate says his dad played for us alongside Alan Pardew. Oh, wow. His dad is the manager of Bromley. Oh, Andy Woodman. I didn't know that. I didn't make the connection. Well, there you go. Will you be doing Arsenal-Newcastle later, Key? I am indeed, Harry, yes. A loss today would be disastrous for Liverpool. What an ending that was. Evan, that was up there with the best, wasn't it? Absolutely up there with the best. A fabulous end to the York City and Rochdale game. Right, well, I've got plenty of bottles of water because, goodness me, I lost my voice in the last game. Look at that. We're on plus 11. Villa on +5, Man United on +13. A win for Liverpool today and a loss for Man United against Brentford. Even a point. Even if Man United just get a point against Brentford, it leaves the door ajar when Liverpool go to Old Trafford. We could be third if we beat United at Old Trafford. Finners, you got 1.3 views on the York City game. Is that your highest view stream? No. In terms of concurrence, no. Concurrence has gone over 2.5 before. But we're in a bit of a shadow ban at the moment. We're in a bit of a window where we're kind of restricted. So it might have even been even bigger. I think a month ago it would have been a bigger game. But again, more important thing is that we enjoyed it. It was a good game to watch. I enjoyed watching it, and I'm sure all the other stuff, the views and all that, if people are enjoying it, they'll come back. If they don't, then they won't. But yeah, no, I think that was a fabulous game. I lost my mind when York scored. Could not believe that. Thoughts on title possibly going on goal difference makes it more exciting, I think. It's happened before, hasn't it? Didn't it happen before? I'm sure when Avram Grant was Chelsea manager, it was decided on goal difference, wasn't it? I think. Sure it was. Wasn't it goal difference when Avram Grant lost it for Chelsea, when United beat Chelsea? About 2000. I'm going to have to check that now. I think it was. About 2000 and something. Let's have a look. 2008-9. Would it have been that one? No, that would have been when we won it, obviously, when we were chasing United. 2010-11. No, it wasn't then. When would it have been? It would have been 2007-8 maybe. No, they were 2 points behind them in the end. But it was goal difference going into the final day, if I remember rightly. Did Chelsea finish the season with a draw, and United finished it with a win? Liverpool finished fourth that season. ZQXV Key, what's your score prediction for the Arsenal-Newcastle game? I am hoping, praying, rooting for a Newcastle win, but I think, if I'm being dead honest, mate, I think Arsenal probably win it. City of Northville, those injuries in the midfield have just destroyed Villa at the worst time. They are lucky to have a bit of a buffer between them and Brighton because Brighton looks far more up for it. Come on, you Eagles, absolutely right. Right, well, here we go. 4 minutes to kick off. Do we think Liverpool can get the win? The chat and the poll seems to say yes. 72% of you voting yes on that one. Liverpool never beat Palace, so it must be 2-1 to Palace. Cheers, Jake. Thanks very much, mate. Hope you're good. Good to see you. Two this one. Wolves win and West Ham smack Everton, says Cheetah Mills. Everton are definitely losing against West Ham. I fancy West Ham to win that one, and that would... I think if Spurs drop points today and West Ham win, then yeah, I mean, that's as good as over as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Do you think Borough will get second? No, I don't think Borough will get second. I think as it stands, Borough are going to be just about playoff contenders. I don't think anything... I think Charlton beating Hull today was a bit of a blow for Hull, obviously, but I think the playoff places are pretty much set. Ipswich will still get that second spot. Players are out on the pitch here. Oxford have been relegated since Charlton beat Hull. Yes, I think so now. I think that is confirmed, isn't it? Yeah, Charlton are safe with that win over Hull. Middlesbrough battering Watford 5-1. West Brom and Ipswich drew 0-0. Yeah, Ipswich dropping points, but I still think even... I mean, Ipswich's final 2 games of the season, they've got Southampton, haven't they? And they've got QPR. I think there'll be at least one... I would imagine that'll be 4 points for Ipswich. The way that they've been playing recently. They've only lost once in about 2-3 months, haven't they? Something like that. Eagle Nate, I need Ipswich to seal second place. I think they will, but I still think Millwall are going to come up in the playoffs, you know, mate. I'm almost certain they're going to come up. Chris Headley, thoughts on Woodman starting for Liverpool? It had to happen. We have nobody else. We have absolutely nobody else. It's unfortunately one of the aspects of Liverpool's season is that we've just had a lot of injuries. Both our right backs, both our centre forwards, our new centre back. All freak long-term injuries. We've just not really had much good luck for us this season. And obviously now 2 goalkeepers out injured as the final few weeks of the season enter. And we've still got to play Villa, Chelsea and Man United over the next couple of weeks. And in that time, we might not have Alisson or Mamadashvili. So that's Liverpool to a T this season. We've been very, very bad luck. Liam, do you think Southampton won't come up via the playoffs? No, I don't. I absolutely don't think they'll come up. I think it's almost certainly going to be Millwall. I think it's going to be Millwall. Yeah. I think it's going to be Ipswich, Coventry and Millwall. I've thought that for a while. Hull might be an outside chance, but yeah, Hull losing today was a bit of a blow. I don't think Middlesbrough come up. Can the Toon get top 6? No, they can't. In the nicest possible way, no, they can't. Newcastle are currently 8 points from the top 6, and with 5 games left to go, 15 points left to play for, and they're 8 points off the pace. With a negative goal difference as well, it must be said. Brighton are 6th with a +9. Newcastle are 14th with a -3. So, yeah, Newcastle can't get top 6, no. Broken verdict, Key, how does it feel to know your trash team will lose today? Ooh, hitting me where it hurts, broken verdict. It absolutely it kills me if that's the case. But no, I don't think we will. I think we win today. Right, let's get the timer going because we are off and underway. Excuse me, hang on. Okay, there we go. We're off. We are off at Anfield. Shame about Rochdale, yeah. Sad, very sad for Rochdale. But great for York City. Frustrating for Rochdale. LFC to win 2-1, says Josh Miller. We're all here for it. Here we go. Ismail Assar down the left-hand side. Palace. Just about. Keep hold of it. Liam says, your team are losing today, Key, then you'll be shivering for the game next week at Old Trafford. Shivering! You'll be shivering for the game next week at Old Trafford. Fair enough. There you go. We've got the chat back up on the screen as well there as well. Did you hear Roy Keane's comments on Tottenham? 100% staying up. I didn't know what he said. Diamand, Wharton, Bastoni and a goalkeeper would be brilliant for us next summer. No chance. We don't need all that. We need more than that. I don't want Diamand, Wharton or a goalkeeper. Or certainly not Bastoni. Bastoni's shocking. Definitely don't want Bastoni. Hi Tyler, what's your prediction on the score? I think 2-0 Liverpool. Fancy 2-0. Broken verdict. To be honest, I'm not super bothered about Liverpool. Both will get Champions League. And to be honest, 3rd, 4th or 5th, did it really matter? It doesn't, no. It's just a bit of bragging rights, that's all. It's just bragging rights, that's it. Aishai, who would you take, mate? Also, love the content. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Who would I take? I would go for... I think centre-backs wise we're fine. We've got Van Dijk, we've got Canate, assuming he's staying, which it looks like he is. We have Jake and we have Leone, so that's 4 centre-backs. I imagine maybe Joe Gomez sees out his final year, so we'll have 5 centre-backs, which should give us enough cover. We don't need any more than 5. To be honest, I don't think we could probably last with 4. So I would go with that. We definitely need a full-back. Arguably one who can play like left-back and centre-back if Robbo's going. So like a Gvardiol maybe, or a... Not saying we get Gvardiol, but you know what I mean? Someone of that ilk. Someone who can play, like Nkapie does, who can play sort of left-back and centre-back quite comfortably. So yeah, we need someone like that. Who that could be is anyone's question. Anyone's guess. Geertruida was linked, obviously, in January, so it could be him. We need a couple of midfielders, especially if Curtis Jones is going, especially if Alexis McAllister's going. So that either of those would be fantastic. If we get those gone, we need to go and get a few more. Endo probably going as well. So I would say 3 midfielders and then a couple of wingers, because Chiesa's going and Salah's going. So I would focus all our money on 1 fullback, 3 midfielders and 2 wingers. So that's 6 players minimum we need. Wolves to send Spurs down, and thank you. 1-0 to Plymouth. Birmingham 0-0. Norwich and Swansea 0-0. Oxford have gone in front against Wednesday 4 minutes in. It's disappointing for Oxford because they have already been confirmed down, but point being, they are still in with a chance of a win today over Wednesday. Palace just offside there, Brennan Johnson. Wolves send Spurs down. Afternoon, Key. Good to see you, Keith. How's it going? Sheffield United 0, Preston 1. Phooey. Savage you. Hopefully we both get our results well and Wolves beat Spurs. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know why Glasner was even getting upset by that, to be honest. It was never on side. He was nowhere near on side. Jake, how's it going, lad? Good to see you, mate. Here's Canate. If you could take a player for each other's Big 6 clubs, who would it be if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind you asking anything, mate. Ask away. Who would I take from each of the Big 6 clubs? Assuming we're talking about traditional Big 6, not the current Big 6. If I could take 5 players from each of the big... Well, 1 from each of the Big 6, it would be Rice from Arsenal. I really like Nico O'Reilly. I really like Nico O'Reilly. I think I probably would go Rice and O'Reilly. But that might be overkill. We probably need Gvardiol more, even though he's just got a broken leg. Yeah, I'd go Rice. Just for balance, I would go Rice. I would go Gvardiol. Chelsea. Probably Caicedo. Yeah, probably Caicedo. And then United. Pains me to say it, but honestly, probably Cunha. I like Mbermo as well, but Cunha's brilliant. Could probably do with Cunha. Strike from Szoboszlai, just over. And then I would go Spurs, Bergvall, Lucas Bergvall. So we'd have Bergvall, Kulusevski, Rice. Big chance! Oh, it's going to be a corner. Big moment that for Wirtz. Huge moment. So unlucky. Very, very nearly 1-0 Liverpool. Senna Lamens. We don't need Lamens. Key would definitely take Bruno. Broken verdict, Key. You reckon Chelsea will get relegated? Oh, getting so close. Having plenty of chances here, Liverpool. Ball played out to the right-hand side. Here's Salah. Got to get the ball in early, Wirtz. Oh, unlucky. Still can't believe York got a goal back. Those fans must have been embarrassed who ran on the pitch. I wouldn't go as far as embarrassed, but definitely that's like heart-wrenching for Rochdale to lose on your home ground after you had the title in your hands for like 60 seconds, that's got to go down as the worst moment of their footballing lives as fans. Definitely the worst moment. Comfortably. Broken verdict. Basically midfield key for the most part, which ironically is your issue this season. It's true, yeah. That is exactly where we have our issues. It's heavily concentrated in the midfield area. 1-0 to Birmingham, says Jack. Here's Canate carrying the ball out of defence for Liverpool. Still no goals in all of the other Premier League games. West Ham, Everton still 0-0. Wolves, Tottenham still 0-0. And still 0-0 here at Anfield. Liverpool, Palace. Straight after this, don't forget, we've got Arsenal, Newcastle. Just had an unbelievable game. A historic game in the York v Rochdale game. So, and the defence. I think the crazy thing is, the defence definitely needs work, but I think that comes from the midfield, in my opinion anyway, Sarah. Our defence, we've kind of already got sorted personnel-wise. There's maybe only one new player, I imagine, we sign in the summer, and that'll be, like I say, a left-back / centre-back. We've already signed Jacquet. He's coming in. Leone will be back from injury. Van Dijk, Canate probably will still be there. So, defence for us is... Our defensive record isn't brilliant, but I think that's as much to do with the midfield as it is the actual defence. So basically a full team. Who do you think's going to get promoted from the Championship alongside Coventry? I think Ipswich, Coventry and Millwall are the three that will come up, in my opinion. Liverpool have a good defence though and a good attack. Attacking, especially defensive transition, is absolutely shocking this season for Liverpool. It's why you leak goals. I mean, leak goals? Do we leak goals? I'm not sure we leak goals. We've got a better defensive record than... Oh, Palace with a big chance there. We've got a better defensive record than Villa, better defensive record than United. We've got the fourth best defence in the Premier League. I think, or fifth best defence in the Premier League, is it? Something like that. In other words, we've not got a terrible defence. I wouldn't say leaking goals has been our issue. Our bigger issue is we haven't taken our chances. That's been our problem. Would you get rid of McAllister if the right deal came in? Yes, I'd get rid of him if the wrong deal came in. He's shocking. He's dreadful. U10, we look so outnumbered in midfield. It's McAllister, I'm telling you. He's like he's running on treacle. And Curtis Jones, for me, it just doesn't work. Curtis Jones and McAllister... Curtis Jones, full stop, just doesn't work in midfield for me. He's not a player that Liverpool, in our system, can rely on. Not a bad year where Van Dijk has been spotty, yeah. I mean, spotty would be kind, wouldn't it? Salah can't quite get the ball, and a good bit of defending there from Palace. DK Shrew, you never ever criticise Liverpool when they concede, do you? Of course I do. I criticise Liverpool heavily every time they concede near enough. Last time, I don't know if you watched the City game when we got beat 4-0 in the FA Cup, I was very critical of them. Yeah, massively critical of them. To be fair, next season with Van Dijk and Canate, they are there to help out. Jacquet and Leone will be great for us. Do you think we have seen Van Dijk's peak and it's time for him to leave? No. No, just because he's had his peak doesn't mean he's not still better than the vast majority of defenders around. And I don't think you're going to find too many defenders better than Virgil van Dijk. You just don't find too many better than Virgil van Dijk. Dude, here he is, the bad wool spouting off again. Hey, I am a wool, mate. I don't profess to be anything other. 1-0 QPR. RJK, I think Shah, for his age, is better than most in the Prem. Shah's finished at Newcastle, though, isn't he? He's not going to play again for him, sadly. But Broken verdict, Leak might be harsh, but United defence is crap. As United fan would say, that defence is crap and we're being carried by 90-year-old Casemiro with no legs. Aiden Heaven looks promising, need a revamp. And City of Northfield, you say you don't need centre-backs, but you don't worry he might be slowing down. Well, I'm saying we don't need centre-backs in the context of the fact we've just signed 2, 18 to 20-year-old centre-backs. So, we will need to succession plan, but I don't think that's this summer. I think if you've got 2 centre-back places, you need 4 centre-backs. We've got 4 centre-backs. Leone, Jacquet, Van Dijk and Canate. That's it. We don't need any more. But what we could do is we could do with a left-back to replace Andy Robertson, who can also tuck in at centre-back. That's the sort of profile we need. Plymouth 1, Port Vale 1. Go on the Vale. Go on the Vale. Good stuff, Jack. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy Leeds and Chelsea at Wembley. Should be a fabulous game, that one. Liverpool need to build depth on the bench too. Yes, I mean that is how you win games of football, isn't it, mate? Games of football are won by the bench more often than not. It's not your first 11. Our first 11, if it's all fit, is probably comparable with City's and Arsenal's. Unfortunately, it's your bench that you rely on, especially when you get injuries like we've had. So our bench has had Kieran Morrison and Amar Analo and Calvin Ramsey and 2 goalkeepers for the vast majority of the time, and it's just far too much inexperience on our bench compared to City's and Arsenal's. That's why we're nowhere near them. Safarayan, do you think Liverpool's problems will be solved better by a new manager for new players? No, I think everyone can see that there's 6 or 7 players in this Liverpool side who aren't good enough, and 6 or 7 players need to go. Key Luke Shaw's available. Broken verdict, I put Prime Van Dijk as 2nd or 3rd best defender in Prem history behind Terry and possibly Jaap Stam. Stam didn't have the longevity, was basically if Sterling was a defender. Here is Isak down the right-hand side. First real foray for him. What a ball in. Unlucky, cleared away by Palace. Adzo, how much do Liverpool have to spend this summer? Can they go big again or do they need to sell first? I don't know. I guess that's the question mark that the ownership will need to answer. I would imagine if we've got any ambition at all of competing, we've got to go out there and spend 400 or 500 million again. That's the going rate for 6 or 7 top players, isn't it? You need to go and spend 300 or 400 million. And, yeah. Like I said, we've invested half of what Arsenal have. So if you've only invested half what your biggest rivals have, then realistically you need to start catching up to them in terms of money spent. Some early goals going around. Yep, we've had some early goals, but none in the Premier League yet. Still 0-0 in the Palace game here. Still 0-0 in the West Ham game. And obviously still 0-0 in the Wolves v Tottenham game as well. Sam says, do you not think that Slot needs to go too? He's lost the fans and the players by the looks of it. I don't know how anyone would draw that conclusion. Why would you say that he's lost the players and the fans? I think, do you know, there's a lot of fans who've turned on Slot. There's a lot of fans who are still very much with him. I also think saying he's lost the players is bizarre because we've scored goals late on. I genuinely think this Liverpool team, if you look at where we are in the table, I think that's where it is. Like, we're not underperforming, we're not overperforming, we're just there, that's where we are. So I don't, to say he's lost the dressing room would indicate that he's like, we're massively behind where we should be. I think to say that suggests you haven't watched a lot of Liverpool this season. There's no Liverpool fan who seriously believes we don't need to move 6 or 7 players on this summer again. We did it last year, we'll do it again. There's absolutely no way in hell's chance any new manager gets more out of this squad than Arne Slot. And that's not saying Arne Slot's the best manager in the world. I'm saying that the guy is literally working with what he's got, and I don't think it's that good. I think it's the 3rd or 4th, maybe the 5th best squad in the league. And if we win today, we're 4th. Beat United, we're 3rd. So, All of that stuff is important. Couple of games we could be third in the league, and I think that's kind of where this squad is. Just feels like he's lost some of those players at times. Oh, he's certainly lost like Salah. Yeah, he's definitely lost Salah. He's probably lost McAllister. I think he's probably lost Curtis Jones. There's a few players in there. Players who are leaving, let's be honest. Players who aren't going to be at the club next season. Yeah, I think he's probably lost a few of them. And with absolute right as well. Munoz has just been booked for Palace. MK, Klopp made a bang average team into better players. I don't think Slot has it to motivate them. Again, I think if you're comparing players to Jurgen Klopp, I think you're already on a bit of a... maybe that is probably what some Liverpool fans' problem is. He's not Jurgen Klopp. That's the problem. He's not Jurgen Klopp. Challenge for Liverpool is, we don't have a Jurgen Klopp. There's nobody else out there who's like Jurgen Klopp. So if you haven't got Jurgen Klopp, what do? The club can't fold. We've got to go and find someone else. And this manager's come in and won us a league title in his first year. He probably isn't Jurgen Klopp. He probably does have some deficiencies. But he's still up there with the best. MK, Slot's team now is better than the team Klopp went into. Yeah, but you can also say that Slot's team now has won as much as Klopp did in his entire 9 years domestically. Basically. In terms of the league title, he's already matched Jurgen Klopp. Like I said, we can all look at stats and skew it and say, well, listen, this. We're not comparing Arne Slot to Jurgen Klopp because there is no comparison to Jurgen Klopp. He's fantastic. Amy Jones says this one's going to be 2-0 to Palace. Liquid Laser, it's all kicking off. But yeah, that Rochdale game's pumped me out. Nuclear grade, actually. See Twitter blaming the pitch invasion. I mean, there's a lot of people in this chat as well who've said the pitch invasion was a big factor. Sam, would you take Fabregas? No, I would not take Fabregas. I'm not interested in a new manager. I want Arne Slot to succeed. Preston now 2-0 up. Ishi says Curtis Jones, McAllister, Chiesa, Gakpo, Endo, Joe Gomez and Tsimikas, 100 mil, maybe more. I don't know, mate. There's a lot of players who need to leave. And ultimately, if you're moving a lot of players on, and you're bringing a lot of young players in, it's going to take some time. You're not going to just... It's a fundamental misunderstanding if people think they're just going to change 30-40% of the squad and it's just going to be fantastic. It's not how it works. Afternoon, Wanderless. How's it going? U10, where do you think Glasner will go end of the season? Do you think he stays in the Prem or goes back to Germany? I think there's an argument to say he might go and try his luck in another league. Maybe he goes to Italy. Maybe he goes and chances his arm in Spain. Who knows? Curtis Jones there, penalised. No real surprise, that one. Palace, better team so far. To be honest, it's been a bit of a crap start to the game. Neither team's really done all that well. It's not a foul, that, from Curtis Jones on Brennan Johnson. Sam says if they were to sell Szoboszlai realistically, what would you say he's worth in the current market? I don't know, 80 million maybe? 70 to 80 million? I don't know if I'd take that for him. 80. I probably would take 80 million for Szoboszlai. Yeah. I'm not that fussed by him, to be honest. I think there's better players out there. Like, I wouldn't actively choose to sell him, but I'm also not that arsed if he goes. He's been an absolute liability in the last few months, Szoboszlai. Bit of a random one, but thoughts about Modric's performance at Milan. He's been a bit of a Rolls Royce at Milan for most of the season. I think the last few weeks, Milan's performances in general have tailed off. But yeah, not quite as good as I thought he would be. I mean, he's 40. Chance. Penalty, ref! Penalty! Yeah, we've got a penalty. Liverpool penalty. came from the Palace free kick. The Palace free kick up one end, straight up the other end. Penalty to Liverpool. Penalty to Liverpool. We'll have that one, sir. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. Counter-attacking football at its finest. Mo Salah driving in the area. It was never anything but a penalty. And Brennan Johnson has ran over to the referee claiming that it's not a pen. But it is. It looked a pen all day. I don't know why Lacroix and all of them are surrounding. All of them are nervously surrounding the referee. But for me, that's a penalty every day of the week. It's definitely a penalty. I don't know why there's such a clamour from Palace to say that's not a penalty. Of course it's a penalty. Of course it's a penalty. It's gotta be. As Salah gets the ball, he knocks it past Brennan Johnson. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's a total dive. Oh, do you know what? It's a total dive. And do you know what? Mo Salah deserves carding for that. He needs absolutely carding for that. He needs absolutely carding for that, Mo Salah. That is shocking. Not only is it outside the box, it's a dive. It's a total dive. If that gets given, I'm sorry, football's gone. And people will say, oh, he only gives it for Liverpool. I'm telling you, that's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. It looked it at first glance, but he's going to go and have a look at the monitor here, and I'm telling you, that is a dive. That is a dive. It is an absolute dive. It's a dive. It's so bad. He jumps over Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson doesn't even touch him. I mean, admittedly, Brennan Johnson doesn't get any of the ball. He doesn't get any of the ball, but he also doesn't get any of the player. It's crazy if that gets given as a pen. Absolutely crazy. In fact, he might even get a little bit of the ball. It's a dive. It is a dive. Clear dive. Yep, VAR, no penalty, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he books Mo Salah for diving. Overturn the penalty. Arne Slot, not quite happy, but I think when he looks at the replay, he'll be understanding that is definitely not a penalty. Definitely not a pen, that, and disappointing from Mo Salah. And you know what? People have called Mo Salah for diving for years, and I've got to say, I actually don't think he is a diver. I've got to say, I think he's been kicked to shit for most of his career at Liverpool, and he's usually been the type of player to kind of stay on his feet. But I think that right there is an absolutely blatant dive. That is a really, really blatant dive. He takes two steps. And then he falls. You can't take two steps after you're not touched and then go down. It's got to be a yellow card. But it's not a penalty. There you go. It's not a penalty. Liverpool 0, Palace 0 still. The penalty was given and it has been overturned. I say thankfully. At the end of the day, you don't want to see penalties given for that in football. So, VAR check over. Would you take Harvey Elliott back to the club? No, absolutely not. Harvey Elliott's not good enough for Liverpool. We made that decision in the summer. He shouldn't be playing for Liverpool. We don't want him playing for Liverpool. He needs to go and find his path somewhere else. Same with Curtis Jones. Good luck to him. Go and find your path somewhere else. They're fabulous people and lovely players and whatever and, talented. But if they want to play regular football, which young players should want to play regular football, they ain't going to do that at Liverpool Football Club. They're bench players for us, no better. Red card, 5-match ban ref. Do you know what? I wouldn't be that bothered if he did. He's finishing anyway soon, isn't he? Diving again, ole, ole. Arsenal Africa Network, your honesty is why I like your podcast. I'll be nothing but honest. I always try. H. Duncan, he mostly gets challenges. No, I was going to say Salah gets kicked. He gets kicked a lot. He's not a player that is... I don't buy that he's a diver, but that was a dive, and I think we have to call it out. I think when it happens and you can see that it's a dive, you should kind of say, nah, we don't like that. We don't like that. You shouldn't be diving. We don't want to see it from any club. So when it happens with our club, we should be calling it out. And that's, yeah, it is a dive. Do you think Arsenal can win this Prem? I think Arsenal will win the Prem. I'm very confident they'll win the Prem. I say very confident. Very confident is probably a stretch, but I think they will. Salah should have left on a high last season and left with good memories. He'll still go down as a Liverpool GOAT, but sad when they leave on a bad season. I think he still, like I said, he still believes, mate. He firmly believes he's like the best player in the world. Pete Greenall, we might be Liverpool fans, but we call it out. Yeah, you got to call it out. Oxford 2, Wednesday 0. Oxford will be happy. He will be happy. Oxford fan will be happy. But unfortunately, he won't be that happy because they're already relegated 3-star. Some say honesty, others delusion. DMC Photos as a United supporter. You're actually very entertaining in your videos. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. Just hope Arsenal don't win the Champions League with 0-0 wins every now and then. Well, we're going to be watching Atletico Madrid v Arsenal on Wednesday night. Atleti play Bilbao tonight in La Liga. So be interested to see how they get on. That's at the Wanda Metropolitano. And then they've got Arsenal this week. So Arsenal v Newcastle 5:30. We're watching that, and then we'll be watching them against Atleti next week. For how much everyone claims you hate the Gunners, you're one of the few people who've stuck by them to win the Prem. Even now, I genuinely do. I think they'll win. And I've also, in fairness as well, I've been probably one of the most critical people of Mikel Arteta all season. But I've also said I think he shouldn't get sacked. I think he should stay. I'm critical of his philosophy, but I want managers broadly to keep their jobs. I think as football fans, we need to start encouraging more patience. Sam says Atletico v Arsenal will be unspoken levels of football terrorism. Ref will see more of the ball. Ooh, here we go. Here's Salah down the right-hand side. Isak through the middle again. It's going to be a corner to Liverpool. We'll take that. One day or less. What are you watching on Tuesday, Key? It's my B-day then. Oh, happy birthday, mate. Tuesday is going to be PSG v Bayern. Goldbridge called for Arsenal to win the league before a ball was kicked this season, and even he jumped ship finally. And he's stubborn. I said Liverpool would win it before the ball was kicked. I said Liverpool would win it if we sign another few players, and that was with Isak. We never got those players. I think we need another 2 or 3, I said. We didn't get Gueye, we didn't get the players that we needed, and we've been massively short in key areas, plus obviously the injuries that hit us as well. So I said we'd win it if we got a few more signings. I then pivoted when we didn't get those signings in a sort of mid-September and said I actually think it's going to go to City. So I've been City since the start of the season, let's say. Since the end of the transfer window, I've been City. Key campaigning for his run at PM with this stream. Here we go. Soberslai over to the right-hand side. Come on, Liverpool. Got to do better. It's been a bit of a damp squib again. Poor strike. Oh, unlucky from Mo Salah. That's the chance. My friend, what do you think of Arsenal's Champions League game? Any chance to the finals? Yes, I think Arsenal will make the final. I expect over 2 legs you'll beat Atletico, and I think it'll be Atleti v PSG final. Stoke 0, Portsmouth 1. Go on, Pompey. Go on, Pompey. Well done. From a Liverpool perspective, how Liverpool fumbled that Gueye signing is mad. Honestly, it wasn't necessarily Gueye or Semenyo. Like we were linked heavily to both. I wasn't wedded to either. It's not the player, it's the signing. We needed 2 extra bodies in that area. So it's not necessarily Gueye, it's a centre-back. it's not necessarily Semenyo, it's our winger. But yeah, we didn't fumble the signing. What happened basically is that, you know, they Glasner threatened, didn't he? Glasner threatened to leave if they sold him. Come on, Wolves. Still 0-0. We're in the first half and it's still Wolves 0, Tottenham 0, West Ham 0, Everton 0, Liverpool 0, Palace 0. Wolves making it difficult for Spurs, listening to Michael Dawson. Yeah, I mean, that's how it was always going to be, I think, for Spurs today. It was always going to be a cagey one. Wolves just kind of holding back, sitting deep, frustrating. Palace now coming forward. Great defensive work down that right-hand side. It's been a good game for Curtis down that right-hand side. He's done well defensively, I think, again. Did well against Everton in the derby defensively. Here's Wirtz driving forward for Liverpool. Good stuff. Still desperately needing some sort of pace in the final third. I think Rio probably will come on before the end of the game. I'm sure Rio will be a sign, an important sub in the second half. Hi, Shy. We've had the better chances, so I'd expect us to get 2 goals. We have had some chances, definitely. Liverpool have done okay, and we've obviously had the penalty, which was given and then turned down correctly. But I think we've had the better chances in this game. Palace have maybe been dominant in big moments. Like they've gone forward and had their moments, but I think Liverpool are just starting to grow into the game, sort of possession-wise. We seem to be a little bit. That's wonderful play from Gakpo over to the left-hand side. Andy Robertson, Wirtz. Oh, yeah, cleared away, unlucky. Ball in, McAllister. Isak! 1-0 Liverpool! Get in there! There you go, there's the goal! Alexander Isak! I had someone in the chat just a few minutes ago and saying, hey, why don't you play Alexander Isak? Why is Isak not playing? I thought you'd be playing Isak while Ekatiki's not playing. Yeah, he's playing all right and he's scoring. Have a bit of that. Liverpool 1, Palace 0. First goal of the day, Alexander Isak. Yes. Go on. That's what we want to see. Oh, it's great to see him scoring. It's great to see him scoring at Anfield. We've seen him scoring big, important goals for Liverpool, away at West Ham, away at Tottenham. Then he broke his leg and it's such a big miss for Liverpool. But what an absolute asset this fella could be next season. What a fella. He's just warming up. That's it. He is just about warming up. If he gets back even into half the form that he was at Newcastle, this guy will be unstoppable. It's a great finish. Absolutely brilliant finish. Takes the touch and then left-footed past the keeper. No chance at all for Henderson. And it's 1-0. That's actually a pretty important match with Liverpool's upcoming schedule. Yeah, it is. Clean goal by Isak. I'm happy for him. Good for his confidence. Very much so, yeah. Chris Wood and Isak scoring after a while is so good to see. It's been a long season for Alexander Isak. Not many actual minutes on the pitch, unfortunately. But when he has played, he's been good. He's been good when he started. When he's actually got moments, he's started and done well. We've had a couple of match winners out of him. A few match winners now, hopefully, if this one turns out to be. But Isak there with the goal. Liverpool in front. We love to see it. This is it. Broken verdict. Did Van de Ven really break his leg? He did, mate, yes. He absolutely did. Scoring a winner for Liverpool against Spurs. So far, Freddie Woodman hasn't had a thing to do. You never lose it. That's it, mate. Can we get a VAR check for something? I'm actually impressed Liverpool can still finish third with the drama and injuries this season. This is it. You've got to say, if Liverpool do finish third, like, let's be honest, It's not been that bad of a season in terms of league placement. It's certainly not sack the manager levels. This ain't showbiz. You don't have to break a leg to beat Spurs. Well, there you go. As it stands, we're up above Aston Villa into 4th. And level on points with Man United before they play Brentford on Monday. Liverpool 1-0 up. Alexander Isak. What a goal. Here he is again, Isak. Do you think you'll need another striker with Ekitike out for 9 months? No, I don't think so. I imagine what we'll do is we'll keep Gakpo at centre forward. We might well actually have Jared Bowen possibly coming in. There's rumours about Jared Bowen. If West Ham go down, I think he would be a really, really good asset for Liverpool as well. What a touch that was from Isak, by the way. Ref's a Liverpool fan. You must be joking. Palace with a chance. Big save. Freddie Woodman. Well done, mate. Big save from Freddie. Still 1-0. Again, Liverpool causing their own problems at the back, though. Trying to play out. Palace pressing well. Ismaila Sarr got onto it. And a good save from Freddie Woodman. It's a corner to Palace. It was actually Mateta, wasn't it? It wasn't Sarr. Sarr was the one who won it. Jim says it'll be longer than 9 months. 12 is more realistic. It just depends, I think. Oh, what a save again! Freddie Woodman, massive from the keeper. Huge, huge save. Should have been 1-1, that. Really should have been 1-1. And then Liverpool on the counter-attack again. We've got a chance here again. Finish it off, lad. What a goal! It's 2! Counter-attacking Liverpool are back. Andy Robertson with a goal. What a goal. What a finish. That's an unbelievable move from Liverpool. From defence to attack in a moment. Sensational from Freddie Woodman. Sensational from Liverpool. Sensational from Arne Slot. That is how you play football, baby. Look at Alisson there as well. It's just brilliant. It's fantastic. 2-0. Game's wrapped up, cock. Game's wrapped up. 2-0 Robbo. Maybe his last goal for the club. I imagine it will be, yeah. Andy Robertson putting Liverpool 2-0 in front. Big save from Freddie Woodman. And then as Kanate plays it out, what an unbelievable pass that is. And Robertson just gets on his toes. It's a great pass. A very, very good pass in. And Robertson with the finish. It's great. It's really, really wonderful stuff. He's onside. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a left-back's finish. He pulls it across the goalkeeper. It's not a left-back's finish at all. Curtis Jones with the assist. And Liverpool 2-0 up. Liverpool need one more goal and we go third. Let's go and get it. Let's go and get it. Oh, Andy, absolutely. Andy Robertson. Might be one of my not even just might be, he is. Andy Robertson is in my all-time Liverpool 11, my all-time Premier League 11, and he might be in my top 5 favourite Liverpool players of all time. Love him. Just love him. Everything about him. What a player. What an athlete. Works his socks off. Hilarious in the dressing room. It's by all accounts. Just a lovely, lovely fella. Daddy-O says, slot out. He can't be doing this winning thing. Solanke's done his hammy, and that's him probably out the World Cup as well. Yeah, Dominic Solanke off for Richarlison, and that's probably the World Cup over for him. Woodman, man of the match. I'm not sure about man of the match, but he's made a big save there before the Liverpool second. Isak and Robertson with the goals. Well done, Freddie Woodman. That's a great individual play, Robertson, my friend. I think you guys are getting your form back. Great counter-attack. Yeah, this is how Liverpool can play. We know that Liverpool can play like that under Arne Slot when we have, I think, the right ingredients. And today we've taken our chances really well. Ball out to the right-hand side for Curtis Jones again. Liverpool in cruise control here. We now just need to keep an eye on that Spurs and Wolves game. Number of players injured before the World Cup is concerning. Yeah. Yeah, definitely concerning. I might put picture in picture on and see how Spurs are getting on. I think Arsenal beat down Newcastle today. Your thoughts? I think Arsenal win today. Obviously, I'm hoping for a Newcastle result, but I think Arsenal probably get it. U10 says that surprises me that Robertson only has 14 for Liverpool. I know he's a left back, just thought it'd be more. He got lots of assists. Do you know what it was with Andy Robertson? He got a lot of areas where he could score, but he always made the extra pass. He was always making the extra pass. That was Andy Robertson's biggest issue. Always making the extra pass. And I think he could have, maybe if he was a touch more selfish, probably could have scored a few more. But yeah, 2-0. And Liverpool comfortable. Daniel McBratney, Red and Blue Army, get in York. What a result for York at the end there. Thoughts on Mourinho being linked back to Chelsea? Third stint. Has there ever been a manager who's had more than 2 stints at the same club? It's probably an interesting question, actually. Has a manager ever had more than 2 stints at the same club in the Premier League? I don't think they have they? I think Harry Redknapp was at Portsmouth twice, wasn't he? Didn't he go Southampton? He went Portsmouth, Southampton, back to Portsmouth, didn't he? Is that right? Jake, I agree. Can't see us winning today. We've been hopeless. This is when the Toon win, though, to be fair. Hard to write off. Always hard to write off. I'm absolutely rooting for you, mate. But, yeah, I agree. I just think Arsenal need it more. And, honestly, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting end to the day's football watch-alongs, because we've already watched... This will be our second, obviously, when we've finished Liverpool Palace. Hopefully this stays as it is, or at least we get a couple more goals, maybe, for Liverpool. But, yeah, we're 2-0 up and cruising. We desperately need Newcastle to get something later tonight. Gus Hiddink was twice. Yeah, Gus Hiddink was twice as interim, wasn't he? Daniel went to the game as well. Broken verdict. I think the Prem should do something about the schedule. All the leagues seem to help their teams, especially for European games. That's again... then again, the Prem doesn't seem to care about the 115. No, they do. They absolutely do care. I just don't think they've got the ability to actually prosecute him. It's a long, long amount of evidence to go through. Eze was unlucky. Good effort. Eze's not playing yet. Did Hodgson do 2 or 3 stints at Palace? I think he did 2. I don't know if he did 3. Maybe he did do 2, actually. Mind you, Pep knows what he wants. But yeah, Mourinho back to Chelsea would be fascinating. We've only got 3 minutes left of extra time here. Well, 2 and a bit minutes. Munoz put the corner over before, by the way. West Ham and Everton is 0-0, half time. Wolves and Tottenham about to be 0-0, half time. And Liverpool Palace is about a minute away from being 2-0 half time as well. Yeah, half time in the Everton game, half time approaching in the Wolves Tottenham game as well. Darren Ferguson managed the same club more than 2 times. I think. Oh, he was back and forth between Posh for ages, wasn't he? Yeah, he was constantly at Peterborough. Darren Ferguson. Mourinho won't last if he went back. He'll be too outspoken for Blueco. Do you know what though? I think, to be fair, Blueco, have they sacked a manager for being too outspoken? Seems like they're focused more on the pitch stuff, but maybe I'm wrong. Raymond says Arsenal v Newcastle. It's a win for Arsenal. Amanda Staveley and Ali Roman, owner of Newcastle. Sack Eddie Howe from Newcastle United now, from Ray. I don't think Eddie Howe's going to get sacked. Tight on the toffees, bloody hell, you beating Palace. I told you, we beat him. Down the left-hand side, Ismail Assar, great block, great deflection, well done. And I think that's it. Has he blown up? He has. He's blown up. It's half-time. Half-time in this one. Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 0, baby. 2-0. Absolutely fantastic, that, from Liverpool first half. Alexander Isak with the first goal. Alexis McAllister with a shot that was going quite comfortably wide, but Isak took it in his stride. Great first touch. Opens his body up, left-footed, hits it into the ground. No chance for Dean Henderson. And the second goal was a wonderful Liverpool counter-attacking move. Both of them really were counter-attacking moves, but the second one was absolutely vintage. It was prime Jurgen Klopp Liverpool. It was like the red arrows flying forward. The ball gets played forward for Crystal Palace. They have a shot. Wonderful save from Freddie Woodman. And then Kanate gets it out. Szoboszlai gets it into Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones slots it through for Andy Robertson, who's bombing forward down the left-hand side. Strike across the keeper, and it's 2-0 Liverpool. Great goal. Really, really great goal. Top 5 race looks done now, says MUFCJ. Chelsea aren't getting the Champions League, no chance. I think the top 5 race has been done for a while. Oh, sorry, here we go. We've got a half-time quiz. The top 20 youngest Liverpool goal scorers in Prem history. Oh, I like this. Okay, top 20 youngest Liverpool. Rio is first. Yeah, Rio is first. Owen is second. Is it Premier League? In Prem history. Right. I would imagine Steven Gerrard is definitely in the top 20. Top 20, Steven Gerrard has got to be in there. I'd be astonished if there's no Steven Gerrard in there. I would imagine Fowler's in there as well, by the way, because he was quite young when he came through. Sturridge is 18th. Sturridge, 18th youngest. I mean, again, he was in his 20s by that point, so okay, that gives me a bit of a clue. Sterling is third, yeah. Sterling is third. Gerrard is 9th. What about Fowler? What about Robbie Fowler? What about Neil Mellor? Robbie Fowler, Neil Mellor, Cinema Pongol. Bajcetic is 4th. Right. Give me Robbie Fowler, Neil Mellor, Cinema Pongol. All 3 of them will be in there. Guaranteed. All 3 absolutely guaranteed. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jordan Ibe, Shea Ojo. I think Shea Ojo scored in the Prem as well. Fowler's 5th. Okay. My friend, no manager in the Prem has had 3 times bite at the cherry. No, well, there you go. Elliott is 8th. Harvey Elliott is 8th. Not John Arne Riise. He wasn't that young when he came in. Aspas, definitely not. Trent is 7th. Okay. Coutinho. Again, he wasn't that young when we signed him. He was young, but I think he might be far down. What about Neil Mellor? Neil Mellor will be, and Cinema Pongol will be. Both of those were very young when we signed him. Milan Barros was quite young as well. I would say Barros, Pongol, and Mellor. Coutinho is 17th, right. Barros, Pongol, and Mellor. John Flanagan as well, probably, yeah. John Flanagan's a good shout. I don't think Bishkan or Markovic would be. Mellor's 21st. What about Cinema Pongol then? Jamie Carragher. Origi's 16th. Carragher, Fabio Carvalho. Carragher's 13th. Fabio Carvalho was quite young. What about John Flanagan? Yeah, give us John Flanagan and Cinema Pongol. Flanagan never scored for Liverpool. Yeah, he did. He scored away at Tottenham in a 5-1 win. I remember it vividly. Oh my God. He scored. We won 5-1. He rattled it in away at White Hart Lane. How old would he have been at that point? John Flanagan. John Flanagan, when he scored for Liverpool in the 2012-13 season. No, 13-14 it was, wasn't it? So that was 15th of December, 13-14. So he was 20. He was 20. He was 20 years of age. Did Spearing make the list? I don't think Jay Spearing ever scored for us in the Prem, did he? I think he scored for us in the League Cup. Fabio Carvalho. David Fairclough. No, I think it's only Premier League only. Conor Bradley could be. Yeah, Conor Bradley scored for us. Scored against Chelsea, didn't he, Conor Bradley? So it could be him. If that's the case, Flanagan is 19th then. Okay, go on. Flanagan's going in at 19th. Which means somebody's just been kicked out. Conor Bradley. Yeah, what about Conor Bradley? Suarez. I don't think Suarez... Yeah, I don't think Suarez would be. Barini. Again, I don't think he was that... I think Barini was a little bit older when he signed for us. We're missing a fair few here, though. Cinema Pongol definitely not there. Or Anthony Letalek. Trying to think of young centre-forwards we had, like backup centre-forwards. David Thompson. What about David Thompson? I bet David Thompson's in there. Danny Murphy, maybe they came through quite young. Julio's kids. John Joe Shelvey. Yeah, give us those ones. Shelvey. Pongol. Letalek. Who else did I just say? Murphy, David Thompson. Collymore. How old was Collymore? Jones is 11th. Curtis Jones, 11th. Okay. Has Harvey Elliott or Jordan Ibe been said? Harvey Elliott is 8th. Jordan Ibe has been said, but he's not in the list so far. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left to get. Ibe is 6th. Okay, Jordan Ibe is 6th. Right, well then we've got 5 left to get. Ryan Babel. Yeah, Ryan Babel. What about Ryan Babel? Can't be Joe Allen. Can't be Dirk Kuyt. Again, we want to think really young players. Really young players Liverpool have signed. I mean, if Sturridge is 18th, how old's Hugo Ekitike? Babel's 20th. Okay, well, it can't be him then. Yeah, I was going to say, Ekitike's probably up there. Wirtz is probably up there. I bet Wirtz is up there. Henderson. Yeah, Jordan Henderson's a very good shout. Jordan Henderson, I think, was 19 or 20 when we signed him. So it could be Jordan Henderson. I don't think it's Jermaine Pennant, and I don't think it's Harry Wilson. We've asked about Carvalho. Carvalho scored a winner for us against Newcastle, didn't he? Jamie Redknapp. Dom Matteo. We've got Bajcetic, yeah. Youngest Liverpool goal scorers. Dylan Barton says Wirtz. Yeah, I mean, Wirtz is assuming Coutinho and Origi's obviously there in the list. 17th and 16th. I would assume Wirtz did. Henderson was bunked off to 21st. Okay. Woodburn never scored for us in the Prem. No, he only ever scored 1 goal for us, and it was against Leeds in the League Cup, because I was there. I was at Anfield. Yeah, he scored. It was in front of the Kop, and he was at that time, I think, the youngest Liverpool goal scorer. But he only ever scored in the League Cup. We've still got 4 left to get. 4 left to get. The youngest Liverpool goal scorers in Premier League history. So far, we've got Ryan Babel, John Flanagan, Daniel Sturridge, Philippe Coutinho, Divock Origi, Jamie Carragher, Curtis Jones, Steven Gerrard, Harvey Elliott, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ibe, Fowler, Bajcetic, Sterling, Owen and Rio. Not John Barnes. Johnny Barnes was well old by that point, same as Luis Garcia. Cade Gordon scored in an FA Cup. Yeah, Cade Gordon scored in the FA Cup, but not in the league. I don't think. Same with Will Wright. Will Wright's young, but he's not scored for us yet. Emre Can, he was the same as Henderson. He came young. Steve Coppell. Engamoa, we've already got Jack. Yeah, we've already got Rio Engamoa. Paul Andrew Smart. So you've been to Anfield, Key. I've been all over Europe, Paul. I've been very lucky. I've been very blessed. I've been to finals watching Liverpool. I've been all over Europe watching us. And yeah, I've been very, very lucky. Won't be going again though, but I've been very lucky. Steve McManaman was very young. Jamie Redknapp was very young. Ben Doak. Yeah, Ben Doak's not a bad shout. Darwin Núñez could be. I don't know actually about Darwin Núñez. Why have I got a feeling it's going to be like a young defender? It's going to be a defender, isn't it? It's going to be someone who like we brought in and he was... Like, how old was... Oh, come on. How old was, like... Not Glenn Johnson. Any, like, fullbacks? Lewis Koumas. Again, I think he was FA Cup Lewis Koumas, wasn't he? Sami Hyypiä wasn't... No, Sami Hyypiä wouldn't have been in the youngest goal scorers ever. Neil Dans would be, though. Yeah, I think Dans would be. I bet Dans is in there. Paul Andrew Smart, did you go to Heysel? I didn't, mate. I'm not old enough for Heysel. No, not old enough for that. Sadly. Williams. Reece Williams did, I think, maybe score. What are you missing on the list? Missing 10th, 12th, 14th and 15th. 10th, 12th, 14th and 15th. Kiana Herver, I don't think ever scored. Kwanzaa. Did Kwanzaa score? Dan's is 16th. No, 15th, sorry. Yep, Dan's is 15th. We're missing number 14, number 12 and number 10. Jarrell Kwanzaa's one, yeah, decent shout. Nat Phillips, I think Nat Phillips was one of them who was a little bit older. So, yeah, I don't think it would have been Nat Phillips, but it might have been Reece Williams. Possibly Reece Williams. Seriously, I know Ben Woodburn, Ojo and Elliott is a shout. It's not Ben Woodburn and it's not Ojo. Definitely not. Ben Woodburn... I think Ojo scored in the FA Cup and I think Ben Woodburn only scored in the League Cup. Kwanzaa scored in Klopp's final game. Yeah, it was away at Tottenham, wasn't it? Was it away at Tottenham? He scored away at Tottenham anyway. No, Villa. Villa. Yeah, come on. We're missing Ejaria, Ovi Ejaria, possibly. Absolutely possibly, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about Ejaria. John Flanagan we've already got. I remember Jordan Rossiter scored in a cup game. Yeah, that was the one where he scored from the halfway line, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember that. It's not Kwanzaa. Alright, give us a couple of clues, because we've only got 3 left to get. Give us a couple of clues. We're very close to kick off for the second half here. Jimmy Melia. It's only going to be Premier League only. David and Gog. What a shout that is. David and Gog's an excellent shout. Yeah, maybe. I feel like there's loads of like young centre forwards I'm missing. Can't be El Hadj Diouf. Ngog's 12th. Fucking Elkie. That's so grim. I can't believe we didn't get help. Fucking Ngog. David Ngog. So bad. Remember us signing him and being dead excited. It's not El Hadji. He was quite old. Or older. He wasn't young enough to be in the top 20 youngest goal scorers anyway. He would have been about 23 when we signed him at the World Cup. Jason Parker, just back in. What's the quiz? It's top 20 youngest Liverpool goal scorers in Premier League history. So far, we've got Ryan Babel, we've got John Flanagan, we've got Daniel Sturridge, Philippe Coutinho, Origi, Dans. We're missing number 14. Number 13 is Jamie Carragher. 12, David Ngog. 11, Curtis Jones. We're missing number 10. Number 9, Steven Gerrard. Number 8, Harvey Elliott. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Jordan Ibe. Robbie Fowler, my hero. Bajcetic at 4th. 3rd is Raheem Sterling. 2nd is Michael Owen. And 1st was Rio Engamoa. Daddy-o, he was 21. Juve was 21 when we signed him. Was he really? That does confuse me. I wouldn't have said he was 21. El Hadji Juve. Oh, so he was. He'd just turned 21, hadn't he? Yeah, 21. What a dreadful footballer. And a dreadful person. He was Asaidi's a shout. Asaidi. Usama Asaidi. How old? Voronin was old. Yeah, Voronin was definitely old. We're missing 14 and 10. And we've kicked off for the second half, so we need to get going. Yeah, Coutinho's there. Coutinho's number 17. Palace are bringing on Sosa. Borna Sosa coming on for Palace. Yeah, Aquilani wasn't that old. Oh, it wasn't that young. Borna Sosa for Tyrick Mitchell. 21 according to his birth certificate. Oh, hang on a second. Forgive me. There you go. That might be better. Perfect. Right. We're somewhat underway now. Are we? Right, there you go. Clock's underway again. We're all good to go. We're all going. Right, we're missing 2 names, Welshwing. Give them to us. Who have we got? Who are we missing? Put us out of our misery. Anelka was 10th. And we're missing number 14th. Nicholas Anelka. Christ. Nicholas Anelka. And do you know what? He occurred to me as well. I thought about Anelka, but I just never thought he was an option. Again, how old was Anelka when we signed him? Nicholas Anelka. How old was Anelka when he came to Liverpool? 2001. Oh, he was 22. He was 22 by the time he pitched up at Liverpool. 14th was Heskey. Nicholas Anelka was younger than Curtis Jones when he scored his first goal. That's a bizarre list, I've got to say. Questionable, but I like it. Top 20 Liverpool youngest goal scorers there. Ryan Babel, Flanagan, Sturridge, Coutinho, Origi, Dans, Heskey, Carragher, and Ngog, Jones, Anelka, Gerrard, Elliott, Trent, Ibe, Fowler, Bajcetic, Sterling, Owen, and Rio. There you go. Curtis came through the youth. I guess that makes sense. It does, yeah. I mean, I would never have thought Anelka was that young. And Heskey, yeah, Heskey was young when we signed him from Leicester. 8 million quid, I think it was. Bargain. I always assumed that Curtis was younger when he first came in and scored. And the same for Ngog and... Yeah, Dans. How old's Neil Dans now? I think Connor Bradley's definitely younger. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we can the veracity aside of a couple of them, but otherwise, I think they're all basically right. Connor Bradley's 22 now. but he scored his first goal for Liverpool in the Chelsea game, wasn't it? January 2024, so 2 years ago. So yeah, Conor Bradley was 20. Curtis came through the youth. Right, here we go. We've got a long throw into the box for Palace. Yeah, good quiz. Very good quiz, H. Duncan. Absolutely. Thank you as always, Welsh Wing. Really appreciate it, mate. Very kind of you as always. We enjoy them. Jimmy Thorne, we're going to be so happy tonight. Well done, Liverpool. Let's go red. Yes. This is what it's about. Fermin Lopez dedicates his goal for Barcelona to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal looking like he might miss the World Cup. Quintessentially Quirky says possible penalty for West Ham. Possible penalty for West Ham. Let's have a look at it. Was it a penalty for West Ham? Is it for a foul or a handball? Who's the foul on? Who's the foul on? Oh, it's Pickford again. It's Pickford coming out, clattering into players. It's a penalty, that. That's a penalty. And West Ham are going to go in front here. West Ham are going to go in front. It's 1-0 to West Ham. They've scored. It's going to be a goal. Jordan Pickford, you absolute donut. Jordan Pickford, the absolute donut. Absolutely shocking. West Ham 1-0. U10 says, what is the best goal you've ever seen live, Key? Ooh, Gerrard against Middlesbrough would probably be up there. Yeah, Gerrard against Brad Jones for Middlesbrough at Anfield. That was definitely up there. I've seen a few Gerrard scorchers. Great ball in. Oh, unlucky. Nearly 3-0. Nearly 3-0. West Ham 1-0 up. In fact, let's put that into the chat, by the way. What would you say is the best goal you've seen live? Let's have that as a comment. Let me know in the chat what is the best goal that you've ever seen live, watching a game of football with your eyes. What's the best goal you've seen? Pete says we could be third after the weekend. Come on, Brentford. Yes, come on, Brentford. Come on, Brentford. Brentford beat United on Monday. Liverpool are third. U10, mine would be Sobersley against Leicester in the Carabao Cup when he joined. Oh, remember that. Couple of really lovely finishes. Robbie Fowler scored a few good goals when I was a bit younger that I remember watching live. Robbie Fowler was obviously my hero, so any goal that Fowler scored was always wonderful. We just too crazy. What's the score? Score is Liverpool 2, Palace 0. West Ham currently 1-0 up against Everton. All boxed up. How can you see a goal without your eyes? Just asking, Key. Well, I guess at the minute, you know, when you're watching telly, you're watching pixels and you're watching sort of lots of little pictures mashed together. Whereas, you know, you're watching it in real time. But I get what you're saying. Sadly, Garnacho bicycle kick has to go into the top goals ever seen list. Oh, was you at Goodison Park for that one? Fair play. The Salah goal v Watford where he danced around 3 or 4. Yeah, there was a goal Salah scored. I think that might have been against Watford, actually. It was on St Patrick's Day. I was in Huddersfield watching it with my mate. And, yeah, Salah scored 4, I think. I think we beat him 5-0. And Salah scored a wonderful goal in that one as well. Jason, if we score another goal without conceding, we go third tonight, put pressure on the Manx. That's it, Jason. That's it. My best live was Gerrard's goal, number 100 v PSV in the Champions League. Ooh, yeah, that was good. I remember that one. Another good goal I remember watching live was... I didn't like him. I never liked Harry Kewell as a player. But I saw him score 2 very good goals. One was against Arsenal. Cut inside and he curled it bottom corner, and then he scored another one which was against, I think it was against Villa? Well, it was a long crossover to the far side, and he just volleyed it at the Kop end. Absolutely brilliant goal. Ox goal against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup when we drew 5-5. Yes. Yeah, Origi with an overhead kick in that one, didn't he, as well? Ryan Giggs v Arsenal FA Cup semi-final. Was you at Villa Park for that one? Thierry Henry twice, both long mazy runs against Spurs and Liverpool. You was there for them, were you, Steve? Well done. They were they were crackers then. They were absolutely magic. Thierry Henry had Carragher. He was lost, wasn't he, that game? Stipe says, why didn't York post the highlights yet? I don't know. I don't know how quickly they would typically post them. Spurs are going down, Lincoln away, ole, ole. Listen, as it stands, Spurs desperately pushing for a goal. So many wicked goals. Hazard v West Ham and Matic v Spurs. Hazard scored a great goal against us in a game that I was at as well. That was, I think it was Carabao Cup. Hazard for Chelsea against Liverpool. Ran through us. Just absolutely ran through us and stuck it bottom corner. Wonderful player. Stacey, I went to the game where Rooney made his debut for United and scored a hat-trick. Oh, that was against Fenerbahce, wasn't it? I've been to a fair few games at United games at Old Trafford as well, because one of my family members is a season ticket holder, and he needed someone to go with him a lot of the time. So I used to go to a lot of United games as well. Not a lot, like a lot's probably an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. I used to go to maybe more than a Liverpool fan typically would. 3 or 4 a season type of thing. But not a lot. Seeing as I live in Lincoln Key, shall I nab Archie Gray next season and drive him up to Anfield? Yeah, get Archie Gray. See if you can get hold of Bergvall as well. Yeah, I remember every single one of them Rooney goals. One of them was a free kick, and then there was a couple that were outside the area, wasn't they? Really good goals against Fenerbahce. Right, here we go. Corner kick for Liverpool. Let's kill the game off. Let's get a third. 2-0 is always a dangerous scoreline. If Palace score, it just puts Liverpool straight on the back foot. Salah floated over to the far side, and it's straight out for Andy Robertson to put it back in. If Spurs get relegated. Oh, God. Derek, do you think you'll sign Rafael Leao from AC next season? He's certainly being linked with Liverpool, isn't he? Yeah, Rafa Leao. He's not a bad player. I just don't know if he's the type of player Liverpool need. Good player, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends how much he's going for and how. Tabarik Mahmood says, I hope Salah scores. He's going to have to stop diving first. Been diving most of today's game, sadly, Mo Salah. Andy says, Papi Cisse v us was world class too. Yeah, the outside of the boots curler from Papi Cisse was brilliant, wasn't it? City of Northfield Spurs look so bad, even against this Wolves. If they stay up, it'll be an act of the football gods. And Dylan Barton, best match I ever saw was Ronaldo v Spain in Russia, summer 2018. Did you go to the World Cup, Dylan? Wow. U10, my dream target for a winger was Rodrigo before he did his ACL. We just need some sort of pace on the outside, don't we? We need someone who can take fullbacks on the outside. Man City and Southampton lineups are available. Here we go. Man City, Southampton. Trafford starts in goal. Ait Nouri starts at left back. Ake starts at the back with John Stones at centre back. Mateus Nunes at right back. In midfield, they've gone Kovacic, Nico, and Reinders. And then it's a front three of Cherki, Foden, and Marmoush. City have rested their entire team, basically. It's a second string City side against Southampton. They've dropped everyone. I think Frimpong is about to come on here for Mo Salah, is he? Yeah. No, he didn't get the free kick there, Mo Salah. But he is going to come off here. Mo Salah comes off and Frimpong about to come on. Hey, and he's clapping like he knows he might not be back, actually, you know. Yeah, he's clapping like I think he knows that might be it for Salah. That might be the end for Mo Salah. We might not see him even for the World Cup, who knows? They might not even take a chance with him. He's feeling the back of his leg. It looks like a possible hamstring. So Mo Salah might not be back. That might be him done. And, wow. Brennan Johnson has come off for Yeremy Pino. Salah replaced by Jeremy Frimpong. Xavi Simon's out now with a twisted knee. Spurs. Daddy O says, question, do I make bolognese or smash burgers for dinner? I don't know. I guess it depends what you fancy. '60th minute on the clock. 30 to go. Big 30 to go for Liverpool. Straight after this, we've got Arsenal, Newcastle, don't forget. Bolognese takes hours if cooked right. Surely a burger. Says Monty. It's good to see you, mate. Yeah, listen, I think bolognese, you need to put a bit of prep into if you want it nice. Smash burgers you can have in 5 minutes, I guess. But it depends what you're after. Depends what you're fancying. Leon United says, hamstring for Salah, season is done. That could be his final appearance for Liverpool. It'd be a very, very sad end for him to go out in this way with... I think ideally we'd have loved to see him score, but it's sad. With Salah leaving and us needing pace on the wings, would you consider moving Frimpong to a winger and signing a new right-back to compete with Bradley when he returns? I think that's a possibility. I think there's a real possibility that we sign a new right winger and Frimpong is backup. I think we still need a right winger, but I think there is an argument that we could maybe use a right back as well. So maybe Frimpong is the backup right back and the backup right winger almost. I think it might be that. Maybe that's what we do next season. Frimpong might well be pushed a bit further forward because he has got ability and he can play at right back, but he's one of the few players that we have with genuine pace that can worry defences. Brennan Johnson not looking too happy. Here is Frimpong. Good run. Palace just about clear it away. Either I've got to use the mincemeat. You just got to get rid of the mincemeat. Bradley should be back for right back. He should, but I think the worry is Bradley. He's a fabulous player. He's just back up. His injuries are a little bit worrying for a starting right back. So we might well need a backup. Palace pushing high, but not quite able to do anything on the counter-attack. And Yeremy Pino, ball just runs across the face of goal. Palace still in with a chance, though. This is where Liverpool need to be a lot more careful, because if we concede one, I'm telling you we concede two. CGLFC, Bayern were 3-0 down at half-time and turned it all around at Mainz. Typical Bayern. Here's Alexander Isak. We're going to need to take him off soon as well. What a ball that is. Gakpo, unlucky. Corner for Liverpool. We'll take the corner, referee. Does he give a free kick? No, corner. Well done. Xavi tried to run down the touchline to get back on the field. Fell flat back down, rolling round. Stretcher coming on. My God. Listen, I think we've got to start having conversations about how players are getting hurt by the amount of games. I've got to say, I think it's really difficult to watch. There's a lot of players now getting these sort of long-term injuries. Steve McNair says Tottenham should have never sold Johnson. Seemed like he was the only one scoring for a while there. He's a hard-working player, isn't he? But it hasn't quite worked out for him at Palace either, in fairness. Stretcher coming on for Xavi Simons. Very sad. Very, very sad. Okay. Virgil van Dijk. Alexander Isak in the box. And it's cleared away by Palace. Too easy, that. If the scores stay as they are, do you think Spurs are gone? Yes. 1,000,000% yes. Wonderful play again there by Freddie Woodman and Virgil van Dijk holding Ismail Assar to a simple shot straight at the keeper. Yeah, too easy, that. Far too easy. Johnson's a scrub. Daddy-O, I also think peak performance and fitness is a whisker away from a serious injury, and players are always on that line. It's just really frustrating to see the amount of games players are kind of being forced to play, and inevitably it's going to cause these long-term injuries, and we're kind of putting player health to one side. You want to see players playing at their absolute best. You don't want them sat on the touchline with a chronic injury because they've been played through far more games than their bodies can take. 3 games a week, 90 minutes, plus intense training to prepare for them. Something's got to give. Barnett 5, Gills 1. Amari says Simmons might not even play for Tottenham again, unfortunately, the way it is. And U10, who's the club after Liverpool, Key, you like the most in the Prem? In the Prem? Honestly, probably West Ham. I like a lot of clubs, but I would say West Ham's probably the one that I like maybe the most after Liverpool. Yeah, I've already a bit of a soft spot for West Ham, and there's nothing geographical connecting me that I just quite like. I think the fans are very passionate. I've met a lot of West Ham fans. I've spoke to a lot of West Ham fans. They're generally well clued up, passionate about the club. Quite like West Ham. I am Cruises. I'm telling you now, De Zerbi will leave if Spurs go down. Bigger clubs will come calling. Well, he's been adamant that he will stay. Whether or not he keeps to his word is another question. Simmons' full rolling stretcher treatment doesn't look great. And that's the sort of thing as well that can really just take the sting out of a game, that as well. Once a player goes down injured, it's very difficult for the rest of the team to stay, high intensity, high energy. That's a free kick for Liverpool. Aston Villa's my second fave after Chelsea. Stoke 1, Portsmouth 2. Quite like Fulham. I've always quite liked Fulham in a weird way. I mean, it's kind of a bit patronising, but I've just always quite liked clubs that, kind of family clubs, I guess. Clubs that you would never normally have associated with the Premier League. I'd probably go Brentford, well-run club, the epitome of what a promoted club should be. Yeah, but I like Brentford as well. I like Brentford for that same reason. I always liked Wigan, because I always thought Wigan were really well-run and played good. I like Brighton. Brighton, you've got to say, the way they come about it. Bournemouth, like it. Wolves just nearly scored. Sweet Lord. I liked Fulham when they had Brian McBride, Steed Malbranck. Yep. Far post here for Liverpool. Ball pulled back to Andy Robertson. Back out to Gakpo. Very intimate atmosphere at Craven Cottage, yeah. The Michael Jackson statue outside maybe just added a little weird element to it as well. Amari says, can Millwall get promoted this weekend? Come on, Millwall. I don't think they can get promoted this weekend, mate. No, I think this weekend there's nobody really can get promoted for sure. Millwall obviously dropped points against Leicester last night, didn't they? So no, I think it's going to go down to the final game, isn't it? Ipswich have a game in hand, I believe. They do, yes. They've got a game in hand. I think Wrexham have a shot. No, Wrexham don't. It's done, isn't it? I mean, there is nobody else who can make it into the top 6. As far as I'm aware, I don't think there is any changes to the top 6. Oh no, I tell a lie. They actually can. Yeah, obviously Hull now losing. Yeah, Wrexham are in. Wrexham are in as it stands. And they've got a game in hand, so maybe Wrexham will overtake Hull. Wow, how's that happened? Wrexham winning those 2 games back-to-back, and Hull haven't won a game in their last 6. They've got 2 defeats and 4 draws in their last 6. Hull have collapsed. Hull have absolutely collapsed, so it's looking like it might be Wrexham actually now. I thought that was wrapped up for Hull. Thought it was done. So yeah, it's probably going to be Wrexham, Southampton, Borough and Millwall. I'd love it if we got Wrexham or Millwall in the Prem. You don't want to see... It's going to be Coventry, Ipswich and probably one of Millwall and Wrexham with a bit of luck. The media frenzy if Wrexham end up in the Prem is going to be unbelievable. Championship so tight for second, 4 points separate second from 5th. Playoffs will be interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to covering the playoffs. We'll be doing the playoffs. And the League One playoffs as well. League One looks quite cool. And League Two. To be honest, they all look quite surprising. Bayern were 3-0 down at half-time. They've come back to win 4-3 away at Mainz. What a bottle job from Hull. Amari says, even though I hate Arsenal, would still kind of want them to win today, so this title race is alive on the final day. If they don't, Man City can steamroll this. Not for me, no. I think Man City's still got a couple of drop points in them. They've got to play Bournemouth away. They've got to go away to Everton. It's going to be some difficult games for them as well. Stead with 4 goals for Barnet. Good grief. We've got 20 minutes now. Are Ipswich up now? Is that guaranteed? No, it's not guaranteed at all. Ipswich are, as it stands, Ipswich are second, but they've got a game more to play, and they are 1 point ahead of Middlesbrough and ahead of Millwall on goal difference. So an Ipswich win takes them quite comfortably clear. They've got Southampton away and then they've got QPR at home, final game of the season. So, yeah, I think Ipswich are going to go up automatics, yeah. My sister-in-law supports Ipswich, so glad they have come back. My Canadian mate's a Wrexham convert from the documentary, so I have to keep him posted to follow them closely too now, but I want Millwall. Millwall or Wrexham. Personally, I'd rather see Millwall up. I've no problem with Wrexham either. What a ball that is. Should be Palace. What a save. Freddie Woodman. He's going to get man of the match tonight, Freddie Woodman. Oh, but he's now down injured. This is not what we want to see. Get up, lad. Get up. We can't have Freddie Woodman injured. Sweet goodness me. We can't have this. We can't have Freddie Woodman injured. Palace. Oh, they've scored. It's 2-1. No. How's that happened? How's that happened? And now my computer's going skew with. Palace 2-1. With 20 minutes to go. This is where it's going to happen. This is where the collapse happens. So frustrating. So frustrating there. I don't know why he's... I mean, they're having a go at Palace here, but you've got to kind of play on. I can kind of understand that. It is frustrating. Freddie Woodman's down and they've just put it in an empty net. But... it's so frustrating that the ball gets played through. It's a big save from Woodman and he's down injured. Liverpool are probably going to have to sub him off and put on Armin Pexi. And while the goalkeeper's down, Palace shoots and put it in the empty net. Liverpool onto their 4th goalkeeper now. Madness. Absolute madness. Daniel Munoz with the goal. And Liverpool 2-1. Jarred his knee. That's a bad one. Yeah, it looks a bad one. It looks a bad one. It just, to be honest, we just looked all at sea. As soon as the goalkeeper was down, it was like there was panic stations at the back. And yeah, it's just so frustrating from a Liverpool point of view. Once the goalkeeper goes down, obviously you're hoping that Palace will go, all right, let's put it out. But I can kind of understand you've got to play on. That just because the goalkeeper's down doesn't mean that you stop the game. It's a frustrating one, but it kind of is the rules of the game. I don't like to see it, but it is what it is. And Liverpool 2, Palace 1. And it's probably going to be a change for Liverpool with Pexi about to enter the fray. I think Liverpool about to make a change. Goal shouldn't stand. I think it has to stand. I don't like it, but it kind of has to stand. Armin Pexi puts his top back on, but they're still deciding whether or not he's actually going to come on or not. I think he's going to be okay to carry on. Freddie Woodman there. It's frustrating, but it's Liverpool 2, Palace 1. Freddie Woodman will stay on the pitch. But Armin Pexi is there in the stands waiting. This is like that United goal. Liverpool man was down with head injury and Burmo took advantage. Yeah, I mean, it's another one of them. Not really a lot you can do about it. I've never seen a 4th choice goalkeeper called on out of necessity in the Premier League at first. I think he is going to come off actually now. Now Pexi's getting warmed up. We're going to have Armin Pexi coming on. The young Hungarian Armin Pexi about to enter the fray for Liverpool. Good luck to the lad. Liverpool down to their 4th choice goalkeeper. Armin Pexi, 21 years of age. He was playing for Puskás Academy last year. Puskás Academy in the Hungarian league. Still only 21. And he hasn't yet made his Liverpool debut. So this is a hell of a time for him. This is a big, big moment. 4th choice keeper now. Key might be coming on. God, there's a serious goalkeeper injury crisis at Liverpool. Pexi to start next week. No, he won't be starting at Old Trafford. I think we've got Alisson back for Old Trafford. There's a very, very good chance that we do have Alisson back for that one. But yeah, it doesn't look good. Certainly doesn't look good. Haha! Munoz has just got the ball thrown at him from the touchline. City of Northfield need Lamons yet. If he's available, we might take him. Yeah, we might take him then. Ryan, how's it going, lad? Rangers years ago had a 5th choice goalkeeper and they lost 3-0 to Kilmarnock. Oh, we can't throw this away now. This is one of them games where you can just see we're just starting to the game's just starting to float. We're not really taking charge of it, and Palace are driving forward, skied over the bar there. We're going to have to put Pexi on very soon, because Freddie Woodman looks like he's moving quite with some difficulty, let's say that. Bradford 1, Bolton 1. The Bantams and the Trotters level pegging in League 2. League 1, sorry. You're not getting Lamons off us. You can have Onana though, okay? Hey, we might need him at this rate. At this rate, Onana's better than... We might be putting Cody Gakpo in goal at this point. If Liverpool throw this game at Old Trafford is huge next week. I mean, the game at Old Trafford next week is huge, whatever happens. But if we do drop this, then yeah, that's monumentally shit. West Ham still 1-0 up against Everton. Wolves, Tottenham still 0-0. That is dire for Spurs. About as bad as it gets for Spurs. Liverpool currently 2-1 up. Crazy goal to concede, but it is what it is. Broken verdict. Hello, I missed the Palace goal. Can someone let me know what happened, who scored and how? Daniel Munoz scored. It was as a result of ball got played through. Ismail Assar had the shot. Freddie Woodman made a big save but injured himself in the process. He got injured as he saved and he's down injured on the floor. Liverpool defence kind of at panic stations because there's nobody in the net. And as the ball comes back out, Munoz hits it. It goes in. Palace get a goal back. Now Alexander Isak is going off the pitch. Great goal from Alexander Isak. Left-footed, bottom corner. Fabulous finish. Slot in, and by that I mean put him in goal. He might need to be. Genuinely, we're scratching around for anybody to go in net at this point. RJ not looking good for Spurs. Both Solanke and Simons have come off injured in the game. More important is they just need to get a win. They need something, especially with West Ham winning. That takes West Ham 4 points clear of Tottenham. I think that would, for me, all but confirm Tottenham's relegation. I'd have to say, don't think there's any chance Spurs stay up. 4 points behind with 12 games left to go. Broken verdict is that 3 goalkeepers injured. Well, Freddie Woodman is still on the pitch. He has stayed on, but our backup is a 4th choice goalkeeper, Armin Pekshi. He was playing, like I said, for Puskás Academy in the Hungarian league last year. He's only 21 years of age. He hasn't played for Liverpool yet. So, RJ says there isn't 12 games left, Key. 12 points left, sorry. 12 points left. Alisson is fit, just not 100%. Alisson will be back for that United game. I am almost certain he will be back for that United game. Salah Liverpool career over with that injury. It looks like it, yes. It does look like it at this point. I think Mo Salah, we've seen the last of him at Liverpool. Very sad. He did his hamstring and walked off and gave a bigger round of applause to the fans, but you could kind of see, I think he was a little bit emotional. Someone call Jose Enrique and tell him to get his gloves on. Yeah, I remember that. That was away at Newcastle, wasn't it? Arsenal are winning today, bro, on the Gunners. Massive opportunity for Spurs to get relegated at Stamford Bridge. That's going to be memorable. Salah really is going to wish he just retired last year. I'm telling you, Salah is going to go to a top European club at the end of this season. He's not giving up. RJ Key score prediction, 8-0 for Arsenal. Arsenal v Newcastle, teams are out. Bring back Brad Jones. We'll need someone. Any goalkeeper. Jose Enrique is always on TikTok live streaming games now. Cool guy and replies. Yeah, I was speaking to him the other day. He plays all sorts, doesn't he, Jose Enrique? Hammers are ahead. They are indeed. But surely, yeah, 1-0 in front against Everton. Last 5 or 6 minutes plus added time. Gyökeres not starting again is an odd choice for Arteta. In my opinion, rest of the team looks good though. And broke a verdict. Who did their hamstring? Not going to lie, I'm not watching right now. I'm travelling, so I basically missed everything. Salah did his hamstring. So he's probably out. He's probably out for the season. For Liverpool anyway. Richard John Abil, goal for Palace. Yeah, they scored, mates. 2-1 Liverpool. Tottenham have scored! It's a goal for Tottenham! 1-0 to Spurs. They are in front. They are in front. Tottenham have got a big goal. Go on, Spurs. Go on, Spurs. That's a massive goal. An absolutely gargantuan goal for Tottenham. That is huge. Who scored it, Chris Kamara? Who scored it? Let's have a look. Palhinha. Oh my God, Palhinha with the goal. And Tottenham are in front. What a goal that is. What a goal that is. Spurs 1-0. That is massive. Absolutely huge. Hold on, West Ham, says Gamer Guru. Big swing in the relegation zone if Tottenham win here and Everton can somehow pull back a point. Everton somehow get a point on here. Robbo, why is a Liverpool fan cheering on Spurs? Why is a grown human saying the word Liverpool? Why is anyone with an IQ over 90 saying Liverpool? Goal given. Yeah, it was a good header. Nothing wrong with it. And then as it comes through, Palhinha, back stick. He's not offside there. Nothing wrong with that at all. Just need to make sure Liverpool hang on now as well. Penalty at the London Stadium. Is it actually? No, don't say that. Don't say it's a penalty to Everton. Don't say it's a penalty to Everton. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Don't say that. Don't someone wind me up. I think there's a wind up. It's not a penalty. No, it's not a penalty. Yeah, no penalty. Checked and cleared. Checked and cleared. DN says, wow, that game earlier, one of the best 10 mins I've watched in ages. It was madness. Absolute madness. Most Spurs thing to do now is to concede. Well, a win, at least for Spurs, gives them some hope. It means that Spurs, West Ham, Forest, you'd say, do you know what, potentially Forest are still in it. Forest are potentially still in it with that win for Spurs and a win for West Ham. It's very much still on. Forest certainly not out of it. DN, I think I celebrated both goals as a football fan. Me too, mate. Yeah, me too. No penalty. Everton have equalised. It's a goal at the... Fucking hell, it's a goal at the London Stadium. Everton have equalised. That's a massive goal for Spurs now. Oh my God. Everton equalised. Now it's level on points. West Ham and Spurs are now locked on 34 points. Locked on 34 points. Who scored it for Everton? Who scored it? There's 4 minutes left at Anfield with added time still to come. But West Ham have absolutely threw it in the bin in the final minutes. Kieran Dewsbury Hall with the goal. And it's West Ham 1, Everton 1, Liverpool 2, Palace 1, Wolves 0, Tottenham 1. Huge goals late in the games in the Premier League here. Oh my God, Everton snatching a point. We've seen that many times this season. But Tottenham winning, and they've gained a big 2 points back on West Ham. Tottenham are now out of the relegation zone. Tottenham out of the relegation zone with that goal from Everton. They're out of the relegation zone on goal difference. Kirkes and Joe Gomez come on for Liverpool just to try and shore things up. Oh my God. Dewsbury Hall's been class this season. He's been a good signing for Everton, hasn't he? That's ruined my day, and Arsenal haven't even played yet. Andy Robertson comes off for Milos Kirkes now. Mike Dean says Everton should have had a pen 5 minutes before. Come on, Wolves, says Gamer Guru. Well, as it stands, Tottenham are out the relegation zone. Minutes to go here at Anfield. 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is, plus injury time. Don't know how many added minutes, how many injury time we're going to get. Relegation battle is definitely going to the last day of the season. You would think so, yeah. think the title race will as well. The relegation battle, the title race, possibly even still, maybe, possibly, the race for Europe as well. Derby can still make the playoffs. Yeah, Derby with a late winner against, is it QPR they're playing? Yeah, Derby with a late winner against QPR to put them now potentially in with a shout of the playoffs. Final game of the season, assuming Wrexham don't win their 2 games. Their final 2 fixtures are against Coventry and Borough. Wrexham could potentially be in the Championship playoff race, but Derby are very much still there as well. Derby, Hull and Wrexham, final day shootout basically. Madness, absolute madness what we've witnessed today. Craziness. Are Spurs out of the bottom 3 on goal difference? They are, yes. They are out of the bottom 3. There's a minute left here at Anfield plus injury time. Not quite sure how much injury time we're going to get. Relegation going to go down to the final day. EPL has finally got full parity by everyone becoming equally bad. Most competitive Prem season I've ever seen. That's a foul, and it's going to be a free kick to Palace. Gravenberch with a foul. Just got to hang on here, Liverpool. Come on, don't do anything silly. Nothing silly here. Just hang on. We need to just hang on here. It's a difficult game, Palace. They're a good side. They're a European semi-final in just a few days' time. FA Cup winners. They've done us plenty of times this season. We've got to beat them here. I am Crute. I'd whack the Spurs last few minutes on once this game's over. Potentially key. Could be a big moment. West Ham have scored! It's 2-1! West Ham are back in front! They've nicked it late on! Oh, go on West Ham! Go on the Hammers! Yeah! Get in there! Go on, I can't not celebrate Everton getting beat in the last minute. I can't not celebrate that. Go on West Ham! Go on the Hammers! Who is it who scored it, ref? Who is it who's pinched it? Exceptional ball in from Juve, and then far post, there he is. Oh, it's Callum Wilson, I think. I think it's Callum Wilson at the back stick, it is. 94th minute, Callum Wilson with a goal, an absolute tap-in, and Everton all at sea at the back. What a goal that is. Limbs, look at that. Look at the limbs at the London Stadium. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. Liverpool still 2-1 up. Wolves still 1-0 down. We've got 7 added minutes here at Anfield. 8 added minutes at... 8 added minutes, at the London Stadium. What a Spurs playing at. Couldn't watch after Palhinha scored. 7 minutes added on at Molineux. That means we will switch to Molineux after this one is finished. As soon as this is finished, we'll switch over to Wolves and Spurs. Because I understand Wolves are pressing. Wolves are going for it. 2 weeks in a row for the Toffees. Yes. We love it when the Toffees collapse late on. Isak goal. What a surprise. Isak with a wonderful strike. Great finish. We all know what Wolves can do in the last minute. Please, no more goals. Please. No more goals. I don't want any more goals. Butch Jonah, this is like York Rochdale. Wolves are pressing. Fucking nerves. The absolute nerves here. Vamos Wolves, says CGLFC. No chance. How serious is Timber's injury? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Don't know. Palace, excellent defensive work that from Canate. And Kirker scrambles it away. Well done, Liverpool. Good defensive work. We'll take that. We will take it. Chris Richards now with a long throw in for Palace. Come on. Keep them out, Liverpool. Keep them out. The fact Spurs are struggling against Wolves is embarrassing. Nah, why is it embarrassing? Hang on a minute. Liverpool have gone there twice. Won once, lost once. Arsenal went there and drew. Villa went there and got beat. So you're talking about sides in the top 4, top 5, have gone there and struggled recently. Wolves have lost once in their last 4 games and they played Liverpool, Arsenal and Villa. Like, they're a good side at Molineux, Wolves. They're relegated and have nothing to play for. It doesn't matter. They've been relegated and pretty much everyone's known they're pretty much down for months. They've still turned up and beaten Liverpool, Villa and drew with Arsenal. Bradford and Bolton finishes 1-1. This is why we love the 3 o'clock games. Exactly, this is it. I just love football. Football in general. How good was that today from York and Rochdale? And now we've come into this as well. Avram Manulang. Have you been to Anfield before? I have indeed, sir. Yes, many times. Been all over Europe watching Liverpool. Papa John's, love that Valencia shirt. Great, innit? Fabulous stuff. Wolves have been good since Rob Edwards came in. The Pereira rut is what's relegated them. One thing I didn't realise, Key, Villa are genuinely shit. Well, hey, we'll see. We'll see when they play for Forest on Thursday night. I wonder. ZQXV, they didn't meet United. No, they didn't beat United, you're right. But they did go to United and get a draw, didn't they? They went to Old Trafford and got a draw. So let's not pretend like they're anything brilliant. Or they're not anything brilliant, rather. Late chance. Go on, Flo. Yes, it's 3-1, baby. Florian Wirtz, Isak Wirtz. The new guard. The new guard score for Liverpool. That's what it's about. Go on then, Florian Wirtz. 3-1 Liverpool. And what a game. What a finish to this game. Florian Wirtz finishes off another wonderful Liverpool move. This is what... We're going to be a really good side with him next season. I'm telling you. Wirtz, Isak, get amongst it. We are absolutely going to do well next season. Love him. Excellent player. Liverpool 3, Palace 1, and absolutely right. He takes the adulation of the home end. And he deserves it. Good performance from Florian Wirtz. He's got a lot of criticism this season, but he deserves the plaudits. He's done very well. What a finish that was. Ball gets played in, and as it comes out, he just hits it. He doesn't... First time, great touch from McAllister, right-footed. Get your foot around that. What a goal from Florian Wirtz. An absolute screamer. Right-footed, get your laces around it, and in off the post. I don't even think it hit the post, did it? It was right in the side netting. Great goal, Liverpool 3, Palace 1. Game's done. Game's done. Put him on the right, says Sarah. Yes. It's great to see the new lads scoring. Brilliant to see the new lads scoring. All we need now is a... what was that? A Newcastle win. Yes, a Newcastle win, absolutely. Preying on a Wolves miracle. It's not happening. It's not happening. There's only about 30 seconds left for Wolves, and I think as it stands, it's going to be Wolves 0, Tottenham 1, West Ham 2, Everton 1, Liverpool 3, Palace 1, and I think that is going to be that for today's 3 o'clock kickoffs. 250 million spent for our first and last goal. Hey, they've barely been on the pitch together all season, so you've got to give them the credit. It is full time at Anfield. Liverpool have won 3-1. Referee's blown up there now. We've got very little time left in the West Ham Everton game. Very little time left in the Wolves Tottenham game. We weren't worried when Munoz scored at all, were we, Key? I wasn't. I don't know about you. I was always quite confident. Dan Daddy-o, see you later, guys. Take it easy, mate. Have a good one. Free kick, Wolves to equalise, says Montesut. I've got the Wolves game on now. It is a free kick for Wolves. West Ham Everton has finished 2-1. The only game left to go is this one. Wolves and Tottenham. Wolves and Tottenham, still a couple of minutes. Maybe a minute left. Maybe a minute left. Yeah, we're all rooting for a Newcastle 1-0 win. The Reggies will be flying in again, I'm sure. But here we go. Wolves 0, Tottenham 1. And I think the referee's about to blow up. Free kick over. Not good enough, that, from Wolves. And I think that might be that, you know. It is. He's blown up. It's there. It's done. It's Wolves 0, Tottenham 1. Full time. Right. I'll be back in 15 minutes for our final watch-along of the day. Arsenal v Newcastle. We've had some fantastic goals today. Some fantastic late drama in the Liverpool Palace game, the West Ham Everton game, and obviously earlier today, York City and Rochdale was just incredible. I will see you all in about 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes or so for Arsenal Newcastle. Come on, them!